Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week on Code Blue Now. We get some insight on an HMHS staff member who's running for a reason. Mary finds out what the deal is with the recycling program, and Sam takes a minute to remember a beloved member of our community. Now please rise for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Bulldogs, I'm Johan Rodriguez Vieira here with Chuck LaRossi, and we're here at WGBH for our first ever episode of Code Blue Now.
Yes, you heard that right. Code Blue is officially making a brand change.
The weekly show that you guys tune into every week will officially be called Code Blue Now going forward.
But I wouldn't worry too much because our latest monthly show will carry on the classic Code Blue News mantle.
And if you want to check out the monthly show for yourself, then you can find it on the HCAM website.
Big things are definitely happening to CBN, not only to our brand, but also with many new opportunities.
And there's still so many more to come. But Chuck, would you care to share about one that happened just this past week?
Absolutely, Johan. This past Monday, the Code Blue team and many other members of the Video Production 2 class attended a field trip to WGBH, a media center that broadcasts national and local news to Boston. There, they were able to explore different fields of media, such as audio, color correction, and set design. Students were able to step into the world of media and speak with representatives at WGBH about their day-to-day lives.
Here at CBN, we want to say a big thank you to all of the staff at GBH who are willing to show us their entire headquarters and give us an incredible in-depth tour.
I feel like I learned a lot, and I will for sure use that information for the near future.
Now, let's take another special trip for Miss Killian for the Boston Marathon. Amy, run it up.
The Boston Marathon attracts people from all across the world. The 26.2-mile run is both mentally and physically challenging. Many people participate to see if they're up for the task, but Holbrook's very own guidance counselor, Mrs. Killian, is running for her own reasons. Her 6-year-old nephew, Dennis.
Dennis is 6 years old. He has Down syndrome. He's also a year into remission for leukemia. I got my shirt pressed with his name on it, so hopefully it'll kind of keep me going.
After applying for the race in past years and being denied, she finally got accepted this year to run for the Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress.
I've been running 3 times a week. Usually do 2 shorter runs and then 1 longer run on the weekends.
The Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress is an organization that works with people affected by Down syndrome to help them integrate into everyday life.
Our biggest goal is really our mission, which is just to make sure that people with Down syndrome are included in every aspect of life, again, throughout the lifespans.
MDSC was luckily able to receive 7 bibs, which allows them to have runners participate in the marathon on behalf of their organization.
We have seven runners doing the Boston Marathon, and they're each raising a minimum of $10,000, so $70,000 total.
In all, Mrs. Killian's only goal is for her family to watch her cross the finish line.
Dennis, my kids, and my family will all be waiting at the finish line, so it's definitely motivation to keep going.
Mrs. Killian has definitely shown everyone here at HMHS that it's important to fight through adversity in order to support a cause that is close to you. If you'd like to support her, you can donate to her Give and Gain. It's been Amy Yip reporting for Code Blue Now. Back to you in the studio.
This is such a special cause to run for, and maybe I'll run a marathon one day too.
I'm sure you will, Chuck. But moving on, seniors, please respond to the survey on Google Classroom by the end of the day today.
Also, today is the final day to purchase prom tickets. The cost is $90 and you must pay your class dues. And just a reminder that prom will be on May 12th with the Grand March that same day at 5:15.
Please see or contact Ms. Callahan at the end of the day today to sort out your class dues and to pay for a ticket. Checks should be made out to HMHS class of 2024.
But Johan, have I ever mentioned how much I love to recycle?
Weird segue, but no, Chuck, you haven't.
I just can't contain myself when it comes to recycling. Let's learn more about it then. Take it away, Mary.
With Earth Day coming up, taking care of your surroundings has been more of a focus in our school community. Led by 2 students, recycling is returning to HMHS.
So specifically, me and Alicia, I'd say we were kind of the starters. We were the ones who first brought it to the faculty because we need teachers to support us.
Well, we brought this up to Mr. Tarski, and obviously there were other staff members that helped us, and we greatly appreciate that help. But this is a student-led program, so I want to say that we kind of brought it to the table and we really got the ball moving on that.
I've been a student here since 6th grade, and the entire time I've been here, we have never done recycling.
Implementing recycling in a place like school, where a lot of people are on the daily, could definitely reduce like our carbon footprint and just help build a healthy habit for many students.
Such a large task, details and proper planning was necessary to complete this project.
But we just talked to Mr. Tarski, the principal, and he kind of gave us some guidance and he set us up with some other faculty members.
That kind of gained some traction, and he was saying that, you know, we could really do this, we could really implement this. So we scheduled a few follow-up meetings with other staff members, such as Mr. Bolger, Ms. McDonough, Ms. Grant, and we discussed the logistics of it.
Yeah, so we had multiple conversations with Mr. Bolger, with Mr. Tarski, just some other students and staff who were interested in helping out. We took a look at some of the locations in the building that might be helpful to put some paper recycling bins. In school, obviously students are using paper. There's a lot of plastic, things like that that are recyclable, and it's much better instead of putting them in the trash.
So I believe that obviously everyone should be recycling, but I think it's more important in schools because we use so much paper every single day, all of the teachers and the offices and the printer rooms. It's been a large process, but I think we're almost ready.
Along with planning, everyone doing their part plays a crucial role in the mission to bring recycling back to HMHS.
Certain rooms, especially the classrooms and the teachers' lounges, will have designated recycling bins in them, just like the trash cans.
Students will be assigned to an area or a group of classrooms, in the building, and they'll bring that out to like a larger container that will be down in the custodial area, and then the custodians will actually bring it out to the recycling dumpster.
Bringing in more faculty members and bringing in more students like National Honor Society and National Junior Society to make it like a full school-wide program and not just 2 students.
Again, this is just everyone kind of doing their little part to help the environment in even a small way, and then hopefully that will spread into bigger things.
The recycling program will be implemented after April break. For Code Blue Now, I'm Mary Walker. Back to you in the studio.
It's so nice to see students within our school take such initiative.
Definitely. Another initiative we invite students here to support is the blood donation.
The Children's Hospital Bloodmobile will return to HMHS on Friday, April 28th, after April vacation. Students over 16 years old and in good health are eligible to donate. Be sure to email Ms. McDonough for more information or a permission slip.
Something else upcoming is the introduction of the new inductees to the National Honor Society. The induction ceremony will be on April 27th. For new inductees, be sure to check your email from Ms. McDonough and be sure to fill out information form by the end of the day today.
Carrying on. After school on Wednesday, there was a Super Smash Bros. Tournament where students faced off against each other to see who was the real Sergeant of Smash. While the games were close and intense, in the end, everyone had a great time relaxing and playing video games together after school. However, the tournament could only crown one true champion. A big congratulations to Jeffrey Ford, and if you want to take part in one of these tournaments, be sure to talk to Mr. Jacobs and see when the next one is going to happen.
Sure looks like a lot of fun, and I'll be sure to attend the next meeting.
Speaking of fun, I just can't wait for April break.
I know, right? I'll spend mine watching our stellar Red Sox.
But if you're looking for more local sports, we want to highlight the stellar performances from our very own Chuck LaRossi and Ethan Carey Prendable for the baseball team's win on Tuesday against South Shore Christian Academy. They also have a game against Avon at Avon tomorrow at 10 a.m.
And not to mention our softball team, who brought home a victory against Bristol Plymouth. Be sure to support them against Avon as well, tomorrow at 11:30.
This week is definitely going to be jam-packed with fun.
I agree, Johan, although I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but...
This Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the school will be open from 8 to 12 for students who wish to serve their detention hours. And just as a reminder, those who don't serve them will miss out on activities such as prom or senior week. And if you wish to serve your hours, be sure to contact Ms. McDonough, or Ms. Morgan.
To close out the show, Sam Hobart has a story in remembrance of someone who has an outstanding impact not only just on HMHS, but the entire world.
Mrs. Clawher, a beloved member of the HMHS community, recently lost her courageous battle with cancer. She passed peacefully, surrounded by her loved ones, and it's clear that everyone here around the building was affected by the news. She was an absolute angel to everyone, treating everyone as if they were family. And most of the students currently here at the school may remember her as a paraprofessional or leading the theater department, but many alumni remember her efforts with the Civics Club, founded in 2008. This club was known for many projects, but one of the biggest came in 2018. The group achieved something rarely done, even by adults, and they helped pass state legislation. The bill signed into law by then Governor Baker formally recognizes World Peace Day in the state of Massachusetts.
She just genuinely cared to make a difference, and she wanted to empower others to stand up for what they believed in. And I think her lasting impact will really be that drive she had from working with the Martin Richard Foundation and Senator Keenan to promote Peace Day, not only in Holbrook, but in the entire Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
A wide range of people from the town attended the services to honor her life. The turnout showed how influential Mrs. Clawher really was to this community. She received many awards throughout the year, including the Unsung Heroine Award of Massachusetts for the signing of the Peace Day Bill. She also received the Adult Advisor Award and the Outstanding Chapter Award for her work with the Holbrook 84 chapter. Alongside Mrs. Clawher, this group of students fought to pass comprehensive tobacco legislation passed in Holbrook, Stoughton, and Weymouth. Their work did not end there. Her students stood in direct opposition to tobacco lobbyists at State House hearings seeking to continue business as usual. Their work eventually led to a state law banning all flavored tobacco sales statewide. She also worked with the Martin Richard Foundation, which is a foundation created in honor of a young boy who lost his life 10 years ago during the Marathon bombing. The collaboration helped establish the Bulldog Build Bridges and Don't Bully initiatives here in our schools. While being the change she wished to see in the world, she also found time for another passion.
When I think about my mom, I often think about all the times we spent together working on shows and being in the auditorium. It could be a stressful week in tech and she would just come out in a costume that had nothing to do with the show we were working on, and it would just lighten the mood and make everyone feel so comfortable and at home and in their safe space and being able to be vulnerable. And just I guess her mantra that will always stick with me, even though it could be cringy at times, was we're all in this together. And those are the moments that make up the memories. So just being in that space with her is something I'll always cherish.
We often try to avoid preaching here at CBN, but I can say she was certainly a special person and a very significant figure in many of our lives. Personally, I had a very strong relationship with Mrs. Clawher, and I've always said that she was like a second mother. She was really a role model, leader, and an inspiration. And I think you can all join me in saying that I have been changed for good. With Code Blue Now, I'm Sam Hobart. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ms. Clawher, for everything that you've done for me and the entire school as a whole.
Her impact on others throughout her life has been tremendous.
And that's all for this week. I'm Johan Rodriguez Vieira.
And I'm Chuck LaRossi. We will see you after April vacation.